A juvenile sperm whale washed up on Hilton Head Island in South Carolina Saturday. It was still alive when it washed up on shore. However, it was severely emaciated, so that means it was underweight. Teams that responded were from NOAA, University of Florida, and the Georgia Aquarium, and they ultimately came to the conclusion that they're going to euthanize it because there are going to be no signs of survival. So last night on Sunday night, they ended up euthanizing it. To determine the cause of death, they're still going to do a necropsy, which is an animal autopsy if you didn't know. It's not super uncommon to see cetaceans wash up on shore because so far this year, we've had over 70 whales wash up on the West Coast. However, that is still abnormal. That's a very high number. But for sperm whales, it's definitely not common. But the causes for stranding are usually illness, navigation issues from being disoriented, or by following prey. So likely here it was an illness, but we still have to wait. Or other reasons such as ship strikes, which they don't see any ship strikes here. Or there could be environmental influences such as like current shifts or from harmful algal blooms. So this is a sperm whale and they're so interesting to me because their mouth, so they have conical teeth, which is only found on the lower jaw. They don't use their teeth for feeding because they swallow their food whole. They suggest that it's just used for male-to-male combat, so like during mating season and to assert dominance. Sperm whales are also the deepest diving marine mammals. They can go from about 400 to 1,000 meters, which is average for them, but they can also go as deep as 2,000 meters for extreme deep dives. And the average duration is about 35 to 60 minutes, but 90 minutes max. So they deep dive because, like I said, they swallow their food whole, so they mostly feed on deep sea squid, so the giant squid. And to be able to dive this deep, they have a lot of adaptations. So they have a large blood volume so they can store more oxygen. They also have high myoglobin concentration in the muscles, and their spleen also stores red blood cells. And they also have other adaptations because they do experience decompression sickness like we do when we go diving. They also have circulatory control. So they have bradycardia where their heart rate slows down to conserve oxygen. And then blood is also rerouted to major organs, so like their brain and their heart. And then there's going to be minimal flow to organs that are not necessarily needed at the time to conserve their oxygen. I hope they're able to find answers and see if it leads to a deeper ecological issue.